The job openings and turnover rate survey has some very bad news for us. Employment seems to be still something we're struggling with. The hires rate is actually has not improved much since the low of the recession in 2009. But what is meant by a hires rate? The hires rate, the share of total employment accounted for by new hires, is an important comprehensive measure of the strength of job opportunities because it incorporates two components. One, net new hires, and two, new hires that are due to churn, i.e. hires that are replacing vacated or lost positions. In June, 3.1% of all jobs were hires. There has been no sustained improvement of the hires rate for 2 years. Last year, on average, every month, 4.3 million hires were made. Unfortunately, 4.2 million of them were people leaving jobs and going to another one, which means the actual increase in the number of jobs available was virtually non-existent. This changing jobs is what's called churn. In a strong labor market, there's usually a high churn, and that's because there's opportunities for people. They can leave a job and go to another one if they're dissatisfied or they're fired or for whatever reason. Now, in a bad labor market, the churn is actually low because there are less opportunities for workers, so thus they're forced to stay at whatever particular job that they're at, which means when there's not enough jobs, their freedom of mobility of labor is severely restricted. Another piece of data that we should look at because it would give us a better understanding of the labor market as it is the number of unemployed people per job opening. This figure helps us see what the problem in unemployment is. Here it is plain to see that the number of unemployed people is vastly greater than the number of jobs looking to hire. In fact, every major sector is facing this problem. On average, it's a 3-to-1 disparity. This means there are 3 unemployed workers for every job opening in a field. Despite what many are saying, particularly among the right wing, there is no shortage of skilled labor. There is a shortage of skilled labor jobs. This situation is not the fault of labor, the workers. This is the fault of capital, or the so-called job creators. The fact is, the M prime in the Marxian circuit of capital is not being reinvested into expanded or new production. It's just merely reinvesting back into the same round of production, which means it's not growing. It's just staying the same, which means no new jobs are actually being created. Now, what this is a break in the circuit of capital. Now, when this break happens on a large enough scale, a system, the capitalist system, goes into crisis. And this is a big part of Marxist crisis theory. This break in the circuit of capital certainly does explain why we're in the situation that we are in. If that M prime is not reinvested into new production or expanded production, then no more new people are hired. And if no new people are hired, then employment is not going to go up. If employment is not going to go up, then consumer spending is not going to bring us out of this recession. Now, this is one key reason why we're still in the situation that we're in.